Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Grizzly Bear Sims YouTube channel, and welcome back to Elm Creek Farms. This is episode number 17, and you've caught me changing clothes. I got a Case IH hoodie in the mail today, and I wanted to sport that. It's a little cooler this morning, so instead of a t-shirt and a jacket, we're just going to go with the hoodie. And I think just to make sure that we're not causing a conflict of interest between Case IH and John Deere, we will grab our Case IH baseball cap as well and go ahead and get that on and get out of here and get to work. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I certainly am. It is a good day. Just a couple of days ago, from the time that you're watching this video, actually, I completed the migration and all the testing and everything that needed to take place to get simplysafemods.com moved over to its new web host and server. And let me tell you, that has taken a lot of stress off of me simply because I, for the last several months, have been fighting with the previous provider, and with reliability and scalability, and to be honest, I was on this service provider, this web host and this server well before Simply Safe Mods was even thought about. I've been on them for more than 10 years, and so when PCSG went under, when FSUK closed their doors, when all these really wonderful sites began to shut down, and I came sort of with the idea to create Simply Safe Mods to help fill that void for a select number of modders, because it's never been my intention to compete with the likes of Giants Mod Hub or Mod Hoster or any of these other pop-up mod sites that we see. And I put it on the server, the existing server I had, and it was fine for a year and a half. So really, all these problems and challenges have existed in the last 4 months, 5 months, and it's just been a struggle. We have added one piece of equipment down here on the farm. It came out of our funds there from our money, and this is going to help us this fall after harvest in getting oilseed radish (OSR) on the fields as a cover crop and also as a first step fertilization method. Now, we're not necessarily trying to shift things to be um, green farming and everything right now, but that is certainly something that we're looking into. And for the most part, the cover crop would would assist us in helping to prevent soil erosion, and also as a method of helping to break up the soil and everything as the plant grows. It's obviously moving the soil and everything and helping in that manner, but mainly for soil erosion. So that is something that we will be doing as soon as we harvest our fields, and we're getting close. It is now a new game day. We're now into the latter half of May. We were in the first part of May in the previous episode number 16. And let's see, I need to keep on going, don't I? And we're moving things along quite nicely. If we just pull up, hopefully nothing's coming. We will pull up our map here and just take a look together, and you can see for yourself what we've got going on. Our corn is in 1, 2, and 4, this area here, and it's growing and mostly got fertilization on it, I think. We planted sunflowers here. They're good, and we've got something here. What do we have here? I can't remember. Maybe oats. Yes, we've got oats in this field. We've got wheat in this field. We've got canola in this field. So our wheat was winter, our canola was winter, and so those are growing and looking quite nicely. That may be their, maybe not the final growth stage. I'm not colorblind, but I do have some difficulty sometime um, seeing the difference between some of these colors. And of course, with Farm Sim 22, we've added a whole bunch of different shades of green to the whole growth stage process. And then, of course, we've got soybeans that we have already planted down here in field number 30, just opposite of our vineyards that we put in the day before. And let's just take a look because you may notice that, or you may remember that we had, yeah, it's still showing double fertilized down here on the grapes. That grass did grow back again, so hopefully that's not going to be a problem. But today, as we move out of the road, so we're not blocking traffic, but not a lot of traffic comes along this way. Um, we will carefully try to navigate between these two signs and see if we can knock both of them over. Because hey, if we're going to knock, and we didn't, but if we're going to knock one over, we might as well take both of them over. That way, the county has more to do when they come out to put the sign up. But we are going to plant soybeans. This is the final crop that we have to put in the ground is soybeans, and we're going to be doing that in field number 8. And we're just, we had conditioned this field the previous, in the spring, I believe, was when we got this all set up. And we're just going to plant over it and put our seeds down, and then come along and spray herbicide to prevent weeds, and then be looking at first level fertilization soon as well. So, as you all know, and just as a footnote, because some news broke, just a few days ago. It is in the real world. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday something, and let me see if I can find out exactly. It's the 15th of December. Wednesday, the 15th of December. Well, I believe on Monday, or maybe it was Tuesday, maybe it was yesterday, but either Monday or Tuesday, the 13th or 14th of December, news broke that Giants had released the patch to the console platform for approval. So to, I guess, Sony and Microsoft, right? Um, and we're waiting on that to happen. We're waiting on that to happen so that it gets approved, because I guess obviously there is an approval process. Giants can release the patch on their own system and on Steam without any hoops to jump through. But I guess with Sony and Microsoft, they've got to approve it. So it's being approved, hopefully, and then I guess it'll be a simultaneous release as to not break the whole cross-platform functionality. So I'm obviously using GPS, and I am also using Sim Dashboard on my Android tablet, and it is really, really cool. I will try to remember to post a video. The Farm Sim Guy channel posted a video that I saw a couple of days ago regarding Sim Dashboard, and I'll post that video in the show links or in the show notes so that you can see that. But it's really, really cool what it does. I've almost got as if I'm sitting in the tractor using my screens here. I've got this information, and as a matter of fact, it looks very much almost identical, since we're in a John Deere tractor and it's based off a John Deere theme, to the screen on the left. The screen on the left, closest to the steering wheel. It looks almost identical to that, and we're just going to go in here and we're going to activate GPS, and you'll see that my icon turns on the right hand side of the screen. And then we're going to we've got our white line there, and the other cool thing is I can see my course. I can see the degrees of my course at 180, and I will go ahead and set my A line, and there's my A, and I will pull forward and try to keep it on 180 degrees. and then drop my beeline, and I'm doing all this from the sim dashboard running on my Android tablet. And of course, the only way that you could see that while I game is if I were to put a webcam over there, and I might do that at some point if there's a big enough interest. If you guys obviously watch the Farm Sim Guy's channel, because he'll show you all of this. Next, we're going to set the track. We set the track, and that I need to change that shortcut key, but we'll get our working width here just a little bit over, but that's okay. What we can do is I can move the track over just slightly, and I really like this. And I realize that a lot of this functionality, is available obviously just in the mod itself, just in GPS mod or guidance steering mod. But it's nice to have it in this GUI fashion here on my tablet, because I can do these things from that point. So we'll go ahead and turn our machine on, and I can do that from the tablet as well. And I can raise lower our machine, but I need to raise it back up because we're not quite in the field. And then I can go ahead and activate my guidance steering, which will go ahead and lock my steering wheel onto the correct course. And we'll head up to the edge of the field here. I will lower my implement, and then we are seating, and I can go ahead and press the gas pedal and start going. I can also set my cruise control on here, and that's really cool as well. And I can see I could even be slid over just a little bit further, but that's okay. That's okay. We're fine. We'll come down here and we'll do a headland, and then we'll turn around and come back. And there's other features. We can do our 90-degree rotate 90-degree turn if we want to. I haven't really played around with those features yet. To be quite honest, these fields on this part of the map, anyways, are small enough that we're kind of using, I guess, in one respect, we're the equipment size that we're using is kind of large for these fields. But I like this John Deere seeder, and I wanted to give it a whirl. It is base game, and so that's why we're using it mainly. But to kind of get back into storyline here, we are going to be looking at the possibility of combining at least one or more of these fields down here on this end of the farm. And I'm almost at a point to where that I would rather, obviously having more fields gives us the ability to plant more types of crops, and obviously we need our grain crops, either wheat, oats, barley, or sorghum, to be able to run our meal operations and our bakery operations. So obviously we need that. And sorry about that. I had my alarm set just in case I overslept, because I have an eye doctor appointment today in the real world. But anyway, and so, but we want to also maybe be able to do a bigger field of either canola or soybeans or something else that's not necessarily related to the needs of our bakery, and sunflowers perhaps. And so what I'm almost in the mindset to do is, instead of trying to have that variety down here in these existing fields, is go ahead and combine a couple of more of these fields together, and then start investing in fields further away from the farm. And I understand that obviously that creates a logistics challenge for us in moving equipment and stuff around, but easily solved through the magic of trucks and trailers and that kind of thing. We'll go ahead and lock into our new course here, and then raise lower. And again, I'm doing this on the tablet. lower, and then go. Um, and we are off. Oh, you know what I did? I made the track bigger instead of shifting the track. Um, crazy me. Okay, let's reset this so we don't mess up again, and then we'll go, and then I'll fix that off camera. All right. So, or I'll fix that on the next pass. It's new. It's new. I'm still trying to get all the bells and whistles and everything understood in my own mind, um, so that so that I understand it. But we've got a few rocks showing, but those are little rocks, and they shouldn't cause too big of a problem for us. Hopefully, famous last words, right? Um, so I'm hopeful that with the investment of that cedar, which will seed either grass or it'll seed either grass or it will seed or seed radish, that we can come along, and especially on the years that we don't need to plow, we can come along and just plant our oilseed radish as a cover crop, and after we mulch, and then come in and with a light shallow cultivator and try not to disturb and dig up those big heavy rocks, um, at least for a couple of years until we have to come along and plow it again. Then obviously we probably will see those rocks again. So I'm just gonna go over here and we're gonna clean this little area up here. So yeah, I was pressing the wrong button on the sim dashboard, and I was actually making the the implement wider than what it was instead of shifting the track over. And I can shift the track over, and that's what I should have done. I see the buttons are clearly identified, and it's just the fact that I'm still working on my first cup of coffee, and thus that is the reason why things are not as clear as they could be or should be, or I was thinking they were. Anyways, all right, we'll go ahead and get on our our track here. And again, larger fields where you've got more real estate, more more length to the field, or wider fields, something like this would be really cool, because then you could just then you could just jackknife your cedar because it's stuck into GPS. But that's again my own fault. Let me back up and get lined up here a little bit better. I can do a little bit better job with this. Not much, but a little better. We'll lock and load, and then come up and drop our implement, and off we go. But there are some fields that are not quite as far away from the farm that we could look at expanding to, and and then planting. Obviously, it would be important for us to plant at least similar style crops, or crops that we can put in the ground around the same time and that we can harvest around the same time. And for example, might require a corn header or a grain header, and not crops of both kind that we have to transport stuff back and forth. um, but I guess the perfect the perfect situation would be that we would plant all the same crop. That way we can head over there with a seeder and a tractor, um, and then start planting. And then when it comes time to harvest, move our harvesting equipment over there and harvest everything at the same time. But we'll see. We'll see how things go, um, and we will make adjustments as necessary. That is if we have the money to do it. Now we still have our head above water, so to speak. That money that you see there is all cash. We have no bank loan as the present time, and I believe that harvester, the grape harvester, was 242,000. So we still have our head above the water in with respect that we can buy that with cash and not have to take out a bank loan, and but we still have several, we still have some time before we actually have to purchase it. The grapes are not going to come ready for harvest for another several months, and so we've got time to continue to sell our bread at the bakery, sell our tomatoes, and lettuce and eggs and honey and all of those other things. And so we're going to, I would expect, unless I dip into that money for other purposes, I would expect that, we will have plenty of money, and we will not need to take out a bank loan at all. So we're going to spin around so that we've got a little bit more room at the bottom of the field to take in that final piece of land that we need to do for soybeans. So we'll just come up here and grab this like that. And we'll just manually do this because I don't want to get over in the other field there. And we will just get this finished up, wrapped up. And this is the end of our planting season until it comes time to plant oilseed radish, obviously. But this gets all of our fields set the way that we had identified them earlier, what we wanted to plant, how we wanted to plant it, and where we wanted to plant it. And so we will just go from there. Now, if you look ahead there, you'll see some crop damage. Just FYI, that was not done by me. That was done by AI, but normally, normally speaking, AI does not damage crops, right? Well, that is true. The AI can drive around in that field all day long, making turns, whatever, and they're not going to hurt the field. However, when they stop working, sometimes their tractor is parked in another field, and when that happens, and then you get in it I guess I could have went in and asked the AI to go somewhere, drive somewhere. Maybe I'll try that next time. But if you get in the tractor to move it, then guess what? You've got crop damage if you have that turned on, and obviously we do have that turned on. All right. Well, we are sitting at about 23 minutes here. I'm just going to very quickly begin to wrap things up off camera. I will go ahead and put down the herbicide, and we also need to sell milk, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and load our milk truck up with you here on camera, because turn this guy on and start bringing milk in, because we have a good surplus of milk, and hopefully it will either fill this trailer up or it will come close to filling this trailer up. I think we got 30,000 something liters of milk that's ready to be sold, and 32,000 liters is what this truck holds, and we'll see if that got everything, and we still got almost 4,000 liters yet to deliver. So I will sell this 32,000 liters of milk off camera. When we come back together, it will be June, and it will be time to start looking at the next level of fertilization for some of these fields that we have. Obviously, field number 8. Field number 8 is going to be fully dressed because we put double slurry on this. I will need to clean up that row there, but we're good. We're just really waiting for our winter wheat and our canola to come in, and we will be harvesting again here on Elm Creek Farm. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Christmas is very, very close, and we're in the final week before Christmas, so make sure you have plenty of time, especially you guys. I'm a guy too, and I've always historically waited until the last minute to go and do my Christmas shopping, but make sure you get that done, and have some time to spend on your own virtual farm, and I hope that you are enjoying that time as well. and I will enjoy the next time that we come together here on Elm Creek Farm and do a little bit of farming together. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you very soon. Bye for now.